like those two.
Oh, yeah. So the power comes from within. He says, Konstantin Tszyu says, I have great balance inside the ropes. You can't see that. Good movement. He also does a nice little thing. Watch him step backwards. He allows for Hector to come in, and then he punches, getting a full extension on his shots. And watch him walk his opponent. You get your opponent out there and you into your punches, and then you just simply walk around while you're throwing punches. Let him walk into something. You get the angle on him, he doesn't have the angle on you.
And Tszyu has great power, knockout power in both hands. Round one comes to a close. Not an empty seat in the house at the Hyatt. And they have come to see this sensation, Kostya Tszyu, and Hector Lopez trying to turn off the lights of the sparkly sensation.
Yeah, Lopez doing a great job moving in and getting downstairs to the body. You have to get your opponent's body, take that body away from him, take his heart away from him, and then he stands and slugs with you. Then you can clobber him. The movement is going to give Lopez all kinds of trouble. That angle that Tszyu gets. Watch him walk around. That is very pretty. That's very professional. Good. This is what they call ring savvy, ring generalship. You know just where you are in the ring. You know where those ropes are on your back. You know how to move. You step around your opponent. You walk him. I mean, when you think about this kid, this is his 11th professional fight, and he's in there with Hector Lopez.
The 29th professional fight for Hector Lopez. He has fought 211 rounds coming into this fight to 36 by Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, and Hector Lopez knew that Tszyu was going to come out strong at first. He wanted to be patient at first, be cautious, move in, hands up, put the pressure on, go downstairs to the body, but build up a good long-range fight plan, fight attack. He wants to build it, slow build, get off of him, no elbowing.
Look at the patience.
You know, and Hector Lopez got to be saying, come on, let's fight.
Yeah, but
let me use the elbows.
Tszyu showing tremendous patience.
Yeah, good. This is ring generalship. Ring savvy. Look at just move just enough to take the power out of your opponent's punch. You don't move a lot. We didn't get out of the way of that one.
There's that straight right by Lopez, who has 12 knockouts in his 25 victories. He's a LA Olympian back in '88. He represented Mexico in the Olympics and went to the finals before losing to Mauricio Stecca. Silver medal for Hector Lopez. He turned pro with 10 straight victories before losing a 12-rounder in his 11th fight to George Navarro. He would go undefeated in the next 15, including an NABF title against then undefeated 27-0 Donald Stokes. And that lifted Lopez into a world championship fight, and he just shows you his repertoire going behind the back. He might have picked that up from Magic Johnson living in Los Angeles. But Lopez fought Miguel Gonzalez for the WBC lightweight crown. That was back last April. Had Gonzalez in trouble, nearly out early, but Gonzalez came back to win a 12-rounder. And the next fight was the victory over David Santos to win that NABF crown. That was the last fight for Hector Lopez. And he is looking now for a world title fight as a junior welterweight.
Giving more room this round. He said he has a lot of styles. Well, when you're frustrated, you will revert to sometimes dirty tactics. Here it is, going around the back. Kostya Tszyu did not like that. Made him angry. You know, the trainer of Kostya Tszyu, Johnny Lewis, said that Kostya Tszyu's eyes are steely cold. He said a lot like the great Roberto Duran. I mean, when he gets in there and he gets ready to fight, his eyes tell the whole story. He's 100% focused on his opponent. And that is what's happened through 2 rounds of this fight. However, Lopez, got to give him credit, he's put the pressure on. He has changed his styles. He adapted in that second round. And he's tough. Heavy punches. Now you got to go down there to the body. Take the power out of the shots from Tszyu. Tszyu is too hard a hitter to stand there and trade with him. It comes from savvy. 25-2-1 Hector Lopez.
Lopez wants Tszyu to get into a trade fest.
Good work.
Something like that.
Yeah, right-handed pivot. Very nice work from him. You step around, you get the angle on your opponent. For professional boxers, the fight does not start until 3. You're in the 3rd round, and you see Lopez starting to pick it up a little bit more. Tszyu has to fight back. That's good.
Lopez crowding on the ropes, and Tszyu on the break, giving Lopez a little bit of his own medicine.
Really good.
As a young fighter, Tszyu has been compared to Oscar De La Hoya, of coming out of the Olympics, and where De La Hoya stands in the boxing world as a very young fighter.
And I can see why. Both of them fight a lot alike. They both step around, they both get the angles, both have their hands low, both have good head movement, both great balance.
And both look pretty much like seasoned pros.
Yeah, and both of them still trying to prove in their career that they are the world champions.
Tszyu is 24 years of age. He passed up the Olympics in Barcelona. Decided that he actually had accomplished all he could as an amateur and wanted to get into the pro ranks. He had nearly 300 amateur fights, won 279 and lost 11. And those losses were early. He was the 1991 World Amateur Champion. And he is in and out. Closing seconds in round 3. This is scheduled for 10. Budweiser, the King of Beers, presents USA's Tuesday Night Fights. And this is our main event and a marvelous matchup. Two fighters putting it on the line here tonight. Kostya Tszyu, the sensation from Russia, now training and living in Australia. Won his first 10 fights impressively, is already ranked number 3 in the world as a junior welterweight. Hector Lopez, who's ranked as high as number 6 as a junior welter, and he is trying to derail the so-called phenom and put his name into the championship picture. And at the side always of Kostya Tszyu, his lovely wife Natasha, who gets into this fight as she makes her trip over with her husband to the U.S., his first American TV fight, and Natasha's first American TV appearance.
Look at the movement from her. Get out of the way of these punches. You know, and this is the movement that Tszyu uses. In boxing, we refer to it as a ball. What you want to do in that ring is you want to spin on your ball. Like, imagine you have a great big basketball in your belly, and you can move on that ball any way that a ball would move. You move your head. That way, you can serve the energy moving your feet. You just move your head.
One of the terrific things about this matchup, Sean, we've talked about so many times before. We see it so many times that are good fighters ducking other good fighters. Lopez almost went behind the back.
He tried, but then he thought about it.
Again.
You know, you throw these punches, and if you think about where you're going to hit, the opening's gone, even if it's behind your back. If you think about it, you can't do it.
But so many fighters plotting their course, and they get too careful about who they fight. And that actually just shows the lack of confidence in themselves. But here's two fighters in different reasons. You could ask, why are they facing one another, but hats off to them.
Exactly, but I'm telling you right now, Al, it's not the fighters. Fighters will fight any living human being and most animals. It is not the fighters that won't fight, it's the promoters and the managers that won't fight. The fighters will face anybody. It's not up to them, it's up to the promoters and managers.
30 seconds to go in round number 4.
Ooh, good body punch, digging in. Hector Lopez downstairs. Not so much movement this round from Tszyu.
Lopez says if it comes down to strength, he won't push me around. And I'm just going to get in there and counter, pick him apart little by little, and take over later in this fight. It's scheduled for 10. This is round number 5, and they quickly meet in the middle. In the black trunks, 10-0, Kostya Tszyu. And in the blue trunks, 25-2-1, Hector Lopez. Both ranked in the top 10 as junior welterweights. Ooh, good right hand there by Tszyu. Lopez got caught coming in.
Good right hand. Lopez comes back. Tszyu's punches are on the inside. Lopez trying to go outside. A fight, yes, but a battle of wills, too. Try to impose your will on your opponent. Oh, good combinations upstairs and downstairs from Tszyu. And you got to be careful with your Lopez. You don't want to stay just at that long distance. 90% of the power of the punch is right on the end. You want to get either all the way in, which he tries to do, or all the way out. You know, and we've seen, remember that second round? Remember when he was moving a little bit more, giving ground? Now he's reverted back to the way Hector Lopez loves to fight. Battle.
And you'll see that a lot from Tszyu, where he carries the hands low and avoids punches just with his head moving.
Yeah. Just by you moving his head. You don't have to move your head 8 inches to get out of the way of a punch. You have to move it just enough to take the power out of it, and then you're still in range to score, to counter. Oh, good right hand by Lopez. Now, Lopez is landing in this round. He's landing and he is moving forward, and this is the part of the fight that he was waiting for. Tszyu's still stepping around. What Lopez might do is slide his feet over, stop that run. You gotta corner your man up. Now you slide over with the right foot. See how Tszyu walks around him? Good left hooks. This is a good matchup.
Tszyu off balance for the moment. You don't see that often. And Lopez able to connect. Lopez left scoring on a couple occasions here.
Good work from Lopez, but it is Lopez that sounds like a steam engine in the ring. He is breathing heavy.
Last fight for Lopez was in July. Tszyu's last fight, the victory over Bramble, was in August. So they've each had some time off.
It is harder to knock out those strong opponents that are strong, physically strong like Hector Lopez is. His punches hurt, and you can't, when you connect, they don't wobble. Boom.
Big finish here to round number 5, and we will pause for a word from your local cable systems.
Very good. I get that right, maybe?
Kostya, he's only got a couple of rounds left, mate. He's only got a couple left. Next couple of rounds, plenty of jabbing on him too, Kost. Keep your hands up.
Big round for Hector Lopez. He muscled, he pushed, pulled, he got on the inside, and boom. Big left hook. Now with those fighters, they keep their hands low like Tszyu does. You keep your hands down by your waist. You try to move your head, you will occasionally get caught.
Little concern in the corner of Kostya Tszyu. Came back to the corner, Johnny Lewis saying just got a couple of rounds left. Trying to pick up the pace here in the 6th. Lopez certainly picking up the pace.
Yeah, you have to remember that the hand is quicker than the eye. So when you carry your hands low, you got to be able to move your head quick or bring those hands up.
Crafty, hard-nosed Hector Lopez says, I don't care what I hear about Kostya Tszyu. I've got the tools. I've got the experience. I'll be able to handle whatever he throws at me.
And I've never seen him so confident for a fight. Talking to him yesterday and today, he was like, ready to go. Let's go. Let's get it on. Let's get it on tonight. He was so fired up for this because he believes that Tszyu is just a pumped up publicity machine.